Clara Mube. I'm the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. I am your love harmonist and the founder of Ngozi Talk Shows. So I'm on my own today. Everyone is taking a day off, but we will be on again at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. today, me and Claudia. So I'm not going to tell you the topic. I'll put the topic later so you guys can show up. So the topic today is how to stop worrying about what others think of you. So are you someone who basically worry about what people think? Are you someone who is very, very talented and you are scared in following your dreams because you're worried about your parents? How are they going to think if you were to follow your dreams? You're worried about your friends. Maybe your friends, they want you to be a doctor, they want you to be a lawyer, or they want you to run your own business, but your business really is not your thing. You are somebody that wants to basically find a 9 to 5 job and keep growing and get promoted until you go up, until you get to where you need to go. But you're scared just because you are scared, and you basically running a business but knowing that it's not your thing. So are you someone who is a follower? A follower is someone, I did a video a long time ago, breaking the chains. A follower is someone that basically they know their image in their heart, they know who they're supposed to be. But when you go on social media, you see the celebrities, they are wearing these beautiful dresses, the makeup, the hair, and instead of you following your style, you go and follow their style. And a follower is someone that when people comes to you and they say, let's go and watch this movie, and you're scared because you don't want your friend you don't want to let down your friends, and you're just like, I'm just gonna follow, I'm just gonna go and watch the movie and make my friends happy, not knowing that your friends actually they love you. If you have a friend who is really, really, really true to you, they would not want you to do things just because you are afraid of letting them down. I have a friends myself that I have known for a very, very long time. They are like my brothers, they are like my sisters. I know if they were to ask me to do something, and I know if I can't do it, they wouldn't hold that against me. So I know if they say, Nomsa, can you do this for me? Or Nomsa, can you come and see me on this day? If I cannot make it, we'll be able to arrange a different day instead of me going on that day where they want me to go. So, and I wouldn't be afraid of my friends basically because I've known them for a very long time, and I've let them know the real Nomsa, not the fake one. So the fake one is when you basically become a follower, you do things that you know you don't want to do. And like sometimes you come to my house, I offer you food, I offer you a drink. And if you don't want a drink or if you don't want food, instead of saying, actually, I think I'm full, and you're like, I think I'm just going to eat. I don't want to upset Nomsa. I don't want Nomsa to feel bad. Nomsa never feel bad because Nomsa loves you. So what you don't and people don't know is, when you have true friends and when you have your family will never, even though they tell you that their wish is for you to be this, to be this. But if you let them know and show them that I trust myself, I trust I love myself for the decision and the choices that I'm making in this journey that I'm going. I trust that I'm going to be who I want to be, and um, I trust that I can succeed in this decision that I'm making. Your family, they wouldn't hold you against you. They will, of course, they'll be disappointed. There are some parents that get disappointed when their children don't do the things that they expect them to do. Parents, they have dreams. For me, I'm lucky, very, very lucky, because I gave birth to my children. My oldest one, I got into personal development. I don't have expectations with my children. They tell me this is who I want to become, and there are no expectations. If they tell me this is who I want to become, I have to play a part as a parent to support them. And I can't have dreams for them, because for me, I can have dreams for them to succeed, to become who they want to become. That's my wish. That's my dream. But I cannot have a dream that I want my children to be this, to be this, to be this. They do what they want to do. And they know that if they come to me and they say, I want to do this, and the question is, I just ask them, how much do you want this? For me, basically, if you tell me this is how much I want this, I'm happy to pay. I'm happy to take my time and take you there. But there is no opportunity for when you're bored and say, I want out. So I help my children to actually build whatever they are starting. They build it. They don't get a chance to say they don't want to do it because their friends have stopped doing what they're doing. So they don't get to do that. So that is the discipline that I have, that if you make a decision that you want to do this, we have a trial. 1 year is enough. 1 year, we have a trial. If you love it that 1 year, if you go it that 1 year and I'm paying the money, activities are very expensive. So if that 1 year you enjoy it, so you don't get a chance to come out. The reason why I do this for my children is because when you start something, you have to be good. You have to build whatever you are doing. So I help them basically to be who they want to be by me taking them to places where they want to be. If they don't like it for that 1 year, I pull them out. So they have a choice. And so that is my principles. So what are your principles when it comes to your life? So you can actually, if you don't have a principles in your life, you can create principles in your life, how you want to lead your life, how you want to be treated. In the Bible, God has principles in the Bible. There's 10 commandments. So in those 10 commandments, because God has a kingdom, so him having that kingdom, it means if you want to come to my kingdom, you have to be this character. So for Nomsa to hang out with you, so you have to have principles that Nomsa, this is how I want to be treated. This is who I am. Not you wanting to change your life to fit Nomsa in. That's not a life. So if you are friends with me, you shouldn't have to be able to actually change to accommodate me. You have to grow. I have to support you. I have to understand that it is okay for you to have different beliefs than mine. It is okay for you. I listen to your beliefs. That makes us grow closer. If I come and tell you my beliefs, tell you the things that I love, and you come and tell me your beliefs, that means that we have something excited. We have a conversation when we meet. So it is okay for you to basically to be you. It is okay for you to basically to be comfortable around you. It is okay for you to basically to tell yourself a different story. If you are somebody who is struggling, basically you are a people pleaser, you're struggling, it is okay to sit down. Tell yourself a different story. What story would you like to tell yourself? What story would you like to write about yourself that will make you happy? What would you like to write about? And when you write that story, you can voice it out. That means you're making a declaration. And when you basically um, voice that story, that means that's the person you want to become. So when I come and visit you, you can actually get excited. You can tell me about that story. You can tell me, and I'll get excited for you. I celebrate you when you tell me about your story. A friend, when you have to fit in with a friend, if you have to try to fit in for a friend to love you, to like you, that relationship is no good. If you have to fit in with your spouse, to pretend to be something that you're not, that means you are in a wrong relationship. You don't have to try to be something you're not. Even with your family, if you have to try to fit in, you don't have to pretend to be something that you're not. Focus on controlling your thoughts. If your thoughts are telling you that you are not enough, you can actually focus on controlling those thoughts until you live a fulfilling life. You don't want to die empty. You don't want to bleed within. Some people, they are walking completely dead because they are bleeding within. They are not fulfilled. Their lives are not fulfilled. So emotionally, they are bleeding. So you don't want to do that. You want to be the person that you want to be. So work on yourself down. Work on your emotion. If you're bleeding, heal yourself. Trust your decision and trust yourself and love yourself. Don't worry about others, how they think of you. Don't worry about who has hurt you then. If I don't fit in with Nomsa, I've been hurt before. I've made friends who hurt me. So if I don't fit in with Nomsa, I'm gonna get hurt. No, you don't have to. You don't. If you've been hurt before, you can rewrite your own story. There are good people out there. See the world in a difference. See the world. You can translate it how you want to see the world. Once you translate how you want to see the world, then you can be who you want to be. Nomsa cannot tell you you're not enough. Nomsa cannot define you. I didn't make you. Your mother carried you for 9 months. She knew when she was carrying you that there was something special within her. There was something special. God created you. He is your creator. He created you to be the person that you are meant to be, not to be the person that you are expected to be by the world, by your friends, by your family. He wants what's best for you. God wants you to basically search within, search within yourself. Find that special person that is within you. That special person that when friends let you down, when you're being rejected by people tell you you're not enough, that special person that has stood by you. There is something within you that has made you become the person that you are today. Even if you've been hurt by people, even if you've been rejected in relationship, but there is something within you that you can search within and unleash that power within and become the person that you want to be. I cannot define you. I cannot tell you that you are not good enough. When you say, no, sir, I want to do this. My job is to listen. My job is to ask you, what part do you want me to play? What part do you want me to play? Would you like me to help you with anything, or do you want me to just be your cheerleader? Or do you want me to be your partner, to hold you accountable. I cannot tell you that you are not enough. I cannot tell you that you cannot do the things that you want to do in life, because the choices that you make in life, they will lead you to the destination of who you are meant to be. They will take you to where God is able to help you, where God is able to bless you, where God is able to hold your hand. The universe, whatever your beliefs might be, my beliefs is God. When I'm sad, when people are telling me that I'm not enough, when the clients tells me that I've not done the job that I'm supposed to do, even if I've tried my best, I go back to God. When I'm sad, I sit down and I get down on my knees and I pray. When the enemy wants to make me feel that I'm not enough, but God says you are enough, Lobs. So that's what you need to know, that you are enough. Become greater. You have something within you. Self-love can help you to bring out that greatness within you. The great self-love basically is the gateway of how the universe is able to promote you, of how God is able to promote you, and how God is able to bless you, to help you and take your life to the next level. I don't know your beliefs. Some people don't believe in God. Some people don't believe in the universe. Whatever your beliefs that might be. So the self-love and self-acceptance is the gateway for you to be able to be the person that you are meant to be. Open the door of greatness by remembering who you are as a person. You can bring change to your life and to the people around you if you know your calling while you're on earth. What is your calling? What are you called to be? What were you born to be? Everyone has, any person that is breathing on earth, any person that was chosen by God was basically born. If you were born and you're on earth, you're still breathing. It doesn't matter what people think of you, but what is your calling? You have to know your calling. You have to know, who are you? Why are you here on earth? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you actually supposed to let people judge you until you go to the grave? So what are you supposed to do? Or maybe you are supposed to actually find out who you are so you can be the person you want to be. So in order for you to do that, that means you need to stop worrying about what people think. God is always there to guide you through your destination. The universe is always there to guide you. There's always angels. It's the people around you to guide you to your destination. Your calling is not to worry about what people think. Your calling is to worry about who you're meant to become. Your calling is to fulfill your destiny, not to worry about what moms think. Let's say you are somebody you always wanted to do, maybe to be to do your lives on YouTube or social media, but you're scared. I'm not good enough. I need to be trained. Guess what? I used to My music teachers, they used to teach me. They teach me, like I go vocal exercises, I do vocal exercises, you do music and they tell you the style, this is how you sing. But when you go on stage, as you develop to sing or as you develop to be a speaker, you actually develop your own character. You still have those habits that people teach you, but you develop your own character as a person. You don't actually take their character on stage. So If you are somebody who always wanted to be on YouTube and do lives, and you're waiting, you're like, I need to be trained. Guess what? If you just go on YouTube, practice what you want to do, what message you want to do. Go on YouTube, test it before you go live. Maybe test it very often and see how you feel. Once you feel comfortable, just do live, whatever you want to do. Or maybe it's music you want to do, or maybe it's a business you want to do. The only problem is if you want to do something, you have to practice. You have to get good at it. If it's music that you love to do, you have to be good at it. I love music. When I go on stage, I sing. When I sing, I'm communicating with myself. I sing a song that tells a story. Hey, so hi Sarah. So if you guys want to comment, you can comment and basically tell me your story. So don't worry about what people think. So if you love music and you basically you are in that job and you want promotion, and you are like, am I good enough to apply for this promotion? If you know the job well, because there is no way that you can apply for a job if you don't know the job well. So you can apply for a job. If you don't know the job well, learn it. Learn to apply, learn and then apply for that job. There is no time for you to say, I'm not good enough, because there's never be a time for you to be good enough. So all you got to do is learn. Whatever you want to do, learn it and then put it into practice. So if you don't put it to practice, you're never gonna know how how good you are. You're never gonna help. Basically, it is your responsibility is to show up into the world. Your responsibility is to show up, regardless of what anybody says about your life, about yourself, your character. You create a good character. If you know this is what I want to do, create a good character, good image, and your personality has to go with what you want to do. And you have to be somebody that loves people. Love has to come natural for you to save people. You have to be a woman or a man with integrity, a woman who understands what it means to help people lead. So when you help people lead, if you're somebody that wants to help people lead, it means there is no room for judgment. There is no room. When somebody walks into that room and you judge them, they are there for you to help them. So there is no room for judgment. Only God does judgment, and you judge the enemy. You judge the enemy. You have a voice to judge those who are giving you bad energy. To say to God, those who are telling me that I'm not enough, a man who is bullying you or who is abusing you, a woman who is abusing you and telling you that you are not enough, that you will never gonna find a woman like her, she's a bully. Or a man that tells you that you're never gonna find a man like him, he's a bully. You're going to put the judgment and say, by the power in the blood, I testify that I am good enough. Or if you believe in the universe, you have to make that declaration that you are good enough. When somebody tells you that you are not enough, you say out loud, you face that person eye to eye and tell them, I am enough. I am enough for me. But first, you have to get along with you. You have to love you. You cannot give me love if you cannot give it to yourself. In order for a man to tell me that, Nomsa, I love you, they need to love themselves and they need to put themselves first. God first, themselves with God, then me, I'm second. So they can, that a man, if I'm dating a man that tells you that Nomsa, I'll die for you, I say liar. You will not die for me. I say liar. So because that person cannot die for me, even if how much they love me, they cannot die for me. Only God died for me. I don't want anyone telling me that with the things that I want to hear. They can say, Nomsa, I'll do anything for you. I'll always be there for you. And I know they are making a declaration. And then I say to myself, I'll always be there for you. If somebody telling me, making a declaration that Nomsa, I love you. So I need to make a declaration to say, Nomsa, I love me. So for me to be able to receive the love from somebody else. So I cannot receive the love from somebody else if I don't love myself. I have to have the courage to love myself, even if though I've been told that I'm not enough, even though I've been rejected. I have to tell myself that I love me in order for me to fulfill my destiny. My destiny is if I love myself, I'll be able to help somebody find their own voice, lead from within. I'll be able to help somebody break the chains of I'm not enough, the chains of rejection, the chains of men who enters my life and mess up with my head, the chains of women who enters my life and they tell me that they want to spend the rest of my life and then they go out, they see another man, they see another man or they see another woman, they tell them that they are attracted to them and they break my heart. If somebody tells me that I've grown out of love, I understand. So you have to break the chains of somebody that enters your life. Some people, they have chains that basically have held them captivity, and those chains have caused pain. Those chains have caused hurt into their lives because they've allowed those chains to actually stay in their lives. But if you refuse, when somebody comes into your life, some people, they don't want to be in a relationship because of somebody who entered their lives and made promises, and then they went and made promises to somebody else, cheating, and they find out. And that means that person's life has been turned upside down. But instead of breaking the chains, they have chose to put themselves in the chains and stay there. It's not easy to get out of chains. It's not easy to break the chains. It's not easy to leave your past behind and live in the present. It is not easy, but it can be. It is hard, but it can be if you wanted it to be. And knowing that you are responsible to enroll yourself to a better emotion. When you go to college, they say enroll. Do you want to do a diploma? Do you want to enroll for a degree? So what do you want to enroll? So you have to ask yourself, do you want to be where you are? Your emotions, if you're messed up, if you have friends, the wrong friends in your life that mess you up, if you have boyfriends, a husband that comes to your life, that it came to your life and mess you up, but you're still making an excuse. You know what? I love him. No matter how bad the things that he has done, I still love him. He does the things that he does, or she does the things that she does because I basically of my behavior. When I do this, it triggers him to do this, making an excuse for your wrong behavior. So you can enroll yourself to get you out of those emotions. You can enroll yourself to get out and break the chains. Break the chains that are holding. The chains of I'm not enough. The chains of being a follower that became my identity. The chains of I'm not enough that has become your identity. The chains of you staying in a job that you don't want. and that becomes your identity, because is this is that experience is familiar. So you don't want to get out and start again. I don't want to get out of this relationship and start again because I'm used to this man. I'm used to this woman, but very abusive. Maybe doesn't respect you, and you put up with it because you are scared of enrolling yourself to basically to better emotion, better experiences, better life. Follow your destiny. You are scared of showing up for your blessings. God has given you these blessings. He is waiting. He is waiting. He keeps looking at the clock. Everyone is they're coming to receive their blessings. He is not coming, or she is not coming, because she's there waiting for things to get better. But the things will not get better until you do something. Take action. Take action. Be the creator of your destiny. Be the creator of your destiny. Be the person you are meant to be. Hi, Ramia. Be the person you are meant to be. Love yourself. Love yourself. My light. Love yourself. So that's all you got to do. You got to accept who you are, self-acceptance, and let conviction of your faith move you to your revelation. What is your revelation? What what is the universe revealing about your life? What does God say about your life? What is your destiny? You have a destiny house. Every human being has a destiny house. Who is occupying that house of happiness in your destiny? Who is occupying it? If you are in a house where I'm not, if you are in chains, basically the prison of chains, who is occupying your destiny of enough, your destiny of happiness, fulfillment? Who is in that house, the house of your destiny? Who is riding the horse of your destiny? What is written about your life? Is it messed up, or fulfillment, or taking action, following and becoming the person you want to be? Pursue your excellence. Are you scared of pursuing your excellence? Go above and beyond. Are you open to unlearn bad habit and learn new ones that can save you? Anything that does not save you. So you have to get rid of any emotions that don't save you. Any friends that do not save you, that will not help you to grow so you can get to your destination. That means you got to do something about it. You get what you give. If you give love, unconditional love, you might meet some people who might mess up with your head. That will be God. That will be the universe testing you. It doesn't mean that when you've been hurt, you have to stop loving. No, you have to continue. Your character doesn't change. You grow, but you don't change. There are some people that sometimes they tell me that I've changed. I'm like, no, you haven't. You've grown. You grow to be a better person. You change for better. But you don't change it to say, I'm not saying when you meet someone you like, I don't think you're my type. No, I'm not saying that. Or maybe when you have friends and you tell your friends to get lost, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is basically when you are with people, you got to evaluate your life. You got to get along with you. And in order for you to get along with your friends, you've got to get along with you. So when you get along with the person that stood by you, which is you, so you are able to get along with the people that you meet, and you are able to select the right friends, the right tribe when it comes to your life. And you are able to write a different story about your life, how you want to be, the feelings. You are able to get rid of the feelings that I don't want. Do you have the courage to be the person that you want to be? Do you have the courage to face your fears and rewrite your own story? Create your own life. I'm a love harmonist. So the reason why I call myself a love harmonist is basically I love my friends unconditional. I love my family unconditional. Every person that I meet, regardless of what attitude they give me, I always make sure that I leave them happy. I leave them remembering me that they have met Nomsa, that girl called Nomsa. I leave them remember that. I don't give my thoughts to judge people. I don't let or allow my thoughts to judge anyone, because I have to put myself in that person's shoes. If they were to judge me, how would that make me feel as a human being? So if I want God to love me, first I have to love his children in order for him to accept me in his kingdom. So that's what I believe. If I want God to love me, I have to love his children. I'm not saying you cannot speak your truth. There is a difference between letting people do whatever they want and speaking your own truth and showing people who you are as a person. You can have your principles in place. Let people get to know you, who you are as a person. Write your own story. And when you write your own story, let people learn from that story. If you are in a relationship with someone, friends, if you believe that this relationship is not saving me, it's actually destroying me, why not love people from the distance? Pray about it. Let God get you out, because God does not want you to go into depression. To save it is God's job. It is the universe's job to look after his children. The universe, anyone that is breathing, if you believe in the universe, it is his job to make sure that you're fulfilled in love, and they will give you, if the universe will give you love, it's up to you to receive it. God gives you love, will give you love. It is up to you to receive it. So it is not your job to fix people. Your job is to love unconditional. Your job is to accept people for who they are. But if they are messed up, your job is to love them and let God deal with them. Let God be the one who helps them, to connect them with people that are meant to help them. Your job is not to be a therapist if you're not qualified. Your job is to be there for someone. But if you believe that the relationship is not saving, your job is to make sure you love yourself and love people around you, and don't try to please and don't try to fit in. There's a difference between helping, pleasing, and trying to fit in. You have to have freedom within. If you are around me, you have to feel freedom. But when you feel that freedom has been taken away from you, in order for you to have a relationship with me, it's no longer a relationship. I have to give you unconditional love. I have to make sure I'm there for you as a person, not there to judge you, not there for you to do the things that I want you to do. You don't need to worry about what people think of you. You need to connect. Worry about connecting with the right people. Worry about connecting with the right tribe. If you have a business, connect with the right tribe, right in the community. Find the right people, connect with them. Know that life has no guarantee. There are no guarantees in life for tomorrow. There are no guarantees. When it comes to life, no one has a guarantee. We have had coronavirus. We have had storm last week in the UK. We've had a storm over the weekend. Somebody lost their lives. There are some people who lost their lives during that storm. But those people, they didn't know what's going to happen to them. They didn't know that they're going to lose their lives. But they did. No, they are no guarantees. When it comes to life, there are no guarantees. That means every second you breathe, it matters to you. You have to be happy. You have to embrace the life that you have. You have to embrace it when you breathe. Embrace who you are as a person. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Some people do things to prove a point. But do you have to prove anything to anyone? I used to think like, before I go into personal development, I'll hang out with friends. And when we go out, I have this mind that, okay, look at me, how I dressed and stuff. I used to think that when I dress, I'm dressing for somebody. I need to look good for other people. But I didn't know that actually with the clothes that I buy, the high heels that I buy, the handbag that I buy is for me because I like them. I didn't know that until I go into personal development, that I realized, and until I basically had a proper relationship with God. That's when I realized I don't have to show off. I don't have to dress up for somebody and show off. I need to dress and look good for me. When I step outside, I need to look good for me, not for anyone. I don't need anyone going, wow. No, I need to look good for me. So, but I didn't know that was the case. You don't need to hang out with people that bring chaos. There are some people who hang out with men who bring chaos into their lives, women who bring chaos into their lives, friends who bring chaos into their lives, family members who bring chaos into their lives. For me as a person, I have principles that I put in place. The principles basically, if I love you with all my heart and I give you my time with all my heart, I don't expect you to be perfect. I don't expect you to be something that I'm not. I expect you to be you and come and hang out with me. My principles is basically for me to get to know you. If I feel that I'm getting hurt in that relationship or with my family, I tell my brother straight away, or my siblings or my sisters, if they are hurting me, I tell them straight away that the behavior is hurting me, and I tell them they're my blood, I don't have to fight my blood. I don't fight. I have principles. I don't fight my blood. I don't fight my friends. I don't fight basically my tribe when it comes to my business. I don't fight my tribes, people that come and help me. The person that comes and want to fight with me, for me, basically, I'm like, is there, that is the enemy bringing, testing me. Or maybe it could be God that is testing. So I have to, basically, I have to choose how I respond to that situation. Basically, when I respond with love, but it doesn't mean I'm going to put up with your chaos. So we have to have boundaries there. I respond with love, but I cannot put up with your chaos. If I tell you this is who I am and this is how I'm going to treat you, I'm going to treat you with love. Treating with love, it means you make your own choices in life. As long the choices that you make in life, if they don't hurt me, you make your own choices in life. You become who you want to become. My job is to celebrate you and accept you for who you are, for what God has created you to be. My job is not trying to redesign you. So I don't expect anyone to enter my life and try to redesign me. Those are the boundaries and principles that I have. That if you enter my life, whether you're my family members, don't try to redesign to be the person that you want me to be. So those are my boundaries and my principles. How I show up to the world and how I show up to my family. How I show up to help people find their own voice and lead from within. Those are the things that I have created in my life, that I don't show up to the world to cause chaos. I don't show up the world to judge anyone, because if I didn't create that person, I'm not a God. I don't know what that person is capable. That person might be capable of something amazing, something greater than I am. So my job is to bring that something out. If that person want to let it out. There are some people, we have friends who are not meant to be there, who do things like businesses with people who are never meant to be there, but they put up with that because it brings money. It brings this. It brings this. You know what? I'm going to put up with this because this person pays the bills. I don't put up with any bad behavior. I don't have to. There is no way in the Bible that says nomsa love. The Bible says love. I have to love those. I have to forgive those who are hurting me, or those who have hurt me. I have to forgive, learn to forgive and move on. Not respond with anger. No. So if the Bible says love, I'm going to give you unconditional love. But you don't get to treat me the way you think you should treat me. If here we are at work, I have my company, Hope Springs, the Eternal Introduction Agency, and Gossip Talk Show. I don't have a right to mistreat anyone in any way. I don't have a right. I have a right to follow the company rules, company principles, company values, company beliefs, but I don't have a right to mistreat anyone. Even though it is my company, I have no right, no authority to tell somebody that they are not good enough. When somebody enters my company, I have to evaluate their behavior. This person, if I was to talk to this person, will I be able to actually share my concerns with them? Will I be able to laugh and make jokes with them? Will I be able to actually leave them to take control of the company? Will I be able to actually go on one day and to leave them in the office so they can look after my clients, my work? No one, if a client is abusive, they're out. It doesn't matter how much money they pay, they take their money, they're out. So they don't get to bully anyone, because that's not what we've signed up for. It's even in the contract. Or if a man or a woman, they basically break the rules. The rules for Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, you cannot have a one night stand. The simple is one night stand, they mess people up. So as a company owner, I felt that I need to put that. You cannot have a one night stand with my clients and tell them tomorrow that it was a mistake. So they cannot take my clients at their own home unless they got to know them very well, and then they decide to go exclusive. It means we go on dates, we go separate ways. We go for a one night stand. It doesn't matter whether you pay 20 grand. I do not give you your money back. The contract is terminated. Because the moment somebody sleeps with someone and they tell them that is a mistake, they are messing with that person's head. And that's not what the company's beliefs are. So that's why it is important to do things not worrying about what people think or what people will think about you as a person. I don't, if somebody reads the contract, if they don't want to register with the agency, that means they are there to drag my women and go and sleep with them for one night stand. So that one night stand, it protects my clients, that I cannot take this woman to my own home if I know that I'm gonna sleep with them. So they don't take, my clients don't go on dates their own home. So you have to live your life how you are meant to be, how God has created you to be. You don't have to put up with the crazy. You don't have to put up with a man or woman who beats you up. You don't have to put up with people who treat you bad. You don't have to let people affirm who you're meant to be or affirm your destination. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to allow people to tell you that you're not good enough. If I didn't make you, I cannot define you as a person. I cannot. So don't allow people to bring chaos. If it is the love that you want, sometimes you might select the wrong person. It is okay to actually break that relationship. It is okay, sometimes you might select the wrong friends. It is okay to actually break that relationship gracefully. Ask God for peace. Get along with you. When you learn to get along with you, you'll be able to get along with others. I think it's time for me to go. So I leave you with this. Don't try to please anyone. Pursue your excellence. Don't put up with crazy. Don't put up with people that bring chaos to your life. If you have been rejected before, you were told you are not enough, you are enough. Know that you are enough. Know that God loves you and be the person you are meant to be. God bless you. So if you want to get in touch with any coaches at Ngozi Talk Shows, please go to our page, get in touch with anyone at Ngozi Talk Shows, or you can message me, or you can go to the website, Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency website. If you are looking for love, or simple, if you want to get in touch with me, please do. There's a phone number there on the website. You can get in touch and give us a call, or you can send an email. If there's application form, if you're looking for love, please do. I'd love to work with you, harmonize that love with you. I'm here tonight at 12 p.m. with Claudia. Did I say 12? 10 p.m. Quarter past 10 might be. Not exactly 10 p.m. I think it might be quarter past 10. So live with grace, everyone, and God bless you.